Okay, so let's focus on this triangle, the Russia-India-China triangle, RIC as it's popularly called. It's extremely important. Three important leaders, three strong leaders. What is there to see in it? Well, it was envisioned in the 1990s and it was to challenge the US dominance. Well, it's strikingly similar to the situation right now. Once again, these countries have to come together to again challenge the very dominance of US that it was first set up for. Now, this is going to happen under Russia's watch. Russia is the one which is trying to bring together the elephant and the dragon also. So the idea is Russia, which is a partner of India and China as well, it becomes the common ground or the common bond between the two countries to come and make this triangle. Now, this could offer Russia a strategic relief. Why? Well, you know, Russia has been selling its oil not just to India but also to China, and it could help Russia in currently with the situation that we see globally with most of the Western countries against it, two Asian powerhouses behind him. That's important, behind Putin. Now, this also helps China to expand their markets. What would China want more than expanding into India, which is one of the largest markets in the world? It is already importing a lot, but India could potentially give it much, much more. Now, India will also leverage everything possible also to undermine the US influence. This is extremely important. United States is currently imposing tariffs and penalty on India, while China, which is the biggest buyer of US energy, is going almost scot-free. So India has to find ways to ensure that it does not get cowed down by US bullying tactics. That is why it is important to have RIC, Russia, India, China. So now let's also try to understand how RIC is important in other aspects as well. Russia is desperate for allies amid Ukraine war. As we know, not only the European bloc is anti-Russia, but also we've seen Trump changing his tune again and again as far as Ukraine and Russia is concerned. Sometimes he's happy with Russia, sometimes he is not happy with what Putin is doing. So Ukraine war perspective, if you see, Russia will be happy with allies. Now, China is seeking economic opportunity with a market like India. It is also looking at opportunity, economic opportunity in terms of trading partners with Russia. They're already buying energy and many other things, as we all know, with each other. India, whereas, seeks flexibility. We know the tariff has been a huge blow for India, for its trade, for its economy. And to offset that, we need the flexibility where we can trade with China and try to create a bigger market there. Now, what is the problem in RIC? Well, it is the thin trust factor. India and China, we do not have a massive bond of trust that we have as India and Russia. But India-China, we've seen that in 2020, our soldiers clashed in Galwan, and that led to an extremely tumultuous relationship for almost 5 years. Also, China imposed some rare earth mineral curbs on India, which threatened India's EV sector. Remember, China, just by stopping certain exports from its side and putting some curbs, can impact India's economy and manufacturing sector, which could be threatening for India's economy. So those are the things when it does something like that, India loses trust. And that is exactly what India wants. Assurance that something like this will never happen again. Could that assurance come along or not? India Today global editor Pranay Upadhyay now joins us for this. Pranay, the assurances that India would seek from China, I would say, would be majorly trust. Trust not just as far as border is concerned, but trust that whatever we import from them and that sustains our economy and our sectors would continue without any glitches. What do you say?
Anjali, as you know, the trust is built over the years and it can be broken by one incident. And if you see the history of India-China relationship, our trust got broken many a times. We have seen these beautiful pictures of, or smiling pictures of handshake, these statements with flowery language of expressing commitment. But all the commitments will always be judged by what happens on ground, and that's why when we were talking, I referred it to as cautious optimism, because that caution remains in this relationship, keeping in view the competition, keeping in view our long pending dispute, the unresolved border. There are very many issues. However, having said that, if these two economies, because these are two big economies, the two most populous countries on the planet, and and the Asian neighbors, if they can resolve their issues, if they can even manage their issues and move forward and build trust, that is going to be a big game changer in the new world order which is being talked about nowadays, which is going to be another pillar. Who are the key players of that multipolar world? Definitely, India figures in everything. See various groupings. If you take BRICS as an example, so there has been a grouping of India, China, Russia, which is RIC. There has been a IBSA, India, Brazil, South Africa. Even out of that BRICS, there are multilateral grouping, there are multilateral interests, there are multiple poles where you see there is a constant factor called India. India is managing its relation with the West as well. You see that India get invited in the G7 meetings as well. India get invited, in G20 meetings, a key player in the G20 meeting. China is trying to build another alternative world order, where it's like a China-led processes. We could see that how China has built another organization for the inter-country arbitrations as well. How China is going to display its military might as well. On 3rd of September, they are going to display their military might as well. China is also eyeing the global arms market as well. They are looking at the defense exports as well. So definitely, China is standing up against the United States, and the world order. If you see the geopolitics of last 10-15 years, we could see that the monopoly of the United States, or the unilateral world order of U.S.-led unilateral world order, is diminishing. The alternative world order has not yet taken the shape as yet. However, having said that, the previous meeting of RIC happened in 2018, and thereafter there has not been a formal RIC meeting.
Absolutely. And we'll be keeping an eye on what happens between the two big countries, Russia and India, during the bilateral meet of Putin and Modi. Thank you very much, Pranay, for all that information.